When I need to cut the grooves to join the bottom of one drawer, I must have in mind which kind of woodworking joint I have in the corners of the drawer. If I cut the grooves in my homemade table saw, if I have a finger joint, I must remember that the end of the grooves will always be visible from the outside part of the corner. But if I have a half-blind dovetail joint, if the groove ends in one tail in the tails board, then the grooves will always be hidden from the outside part of the corners. First I lift the disc to set the groove depth I need. The disc teeth are 2.5 mm thick, and the sheet I have is 5 mm thick. I will cut the grooves at 12 mm from the edge of the drawer sides. It will begin at 12 mm from that edge, and it will be 5 mm thick from there. So I can cut the grooves in the middle of one gap between two fingers. So the groove in the other part of the joint will be in the middle of one finger. And with those measurements I will also cut the groove right where I need it in the half-blind dovetail joint. I move the fence until I have 12 mm from the inside face of the disc to the fence. I can slide the fence perfectly parallel to the disc, and I can tap the fence to set the position with precision. I lock the fence and I cut. First I cut a test board. And then I cut the sides of the drawer. Now to make a wider groove I have to separate the fence from the disc. I can raise the fence to put the measuring ruler under it. I put one of the lines of that ruler right in the edge of the fence, and then I move the fence 1 mm. Now the groove is 3.5 mm wide, so I still need to cut it 1.5 mm wider. I put the ruler under the fence, and I move the fence another millimeter. Now the groove should be 4.5 mm wide, but maybe it is wider. So before I cut all the pieces, I check how the sheet fits in the groove. As expected, it doesn't enter in the groove. So I move the fence some less than half millimeter. I cut the test board and I check how the sheet fits. It is too tight, so I move the fence something like a quarter of a millimeter. And now it fits nice. It is tight, but it slides without problems. So now I can cut all the pieces. There we can see the end of the groove in the outside part of this finger joint. But in the half-blind dovetail joint we cannot see the groove in the outside part. Thanks for watching. You can find all my woodworking videos in my channel in YouTube. And if you like my videos, thanks for subscribing to my channel.